What's up, YouTube? Team Movies here. It's Thursday. That means it's time to talk about the new movies opening this week. Now, the first film that's coming out. The first film that's coming out this week is, of course, Hustlers. Not to be confused with that recent Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson film, The Hustler, which was god awful. But of course, this is the film about these strippers, led by Jennifer Lopez, who turns the table on to band together to turn the tables on their Wall Street clients. And the cast members in this includes Cardi B. You got Lizzo in this. You got Keke Palmer, who I've always liked Keke Palmer, so anything with Keke Palmer in it, I'll definitely watch. You also got Julia Stiles is in this, who you don't see a whole lot anymore. I've always liked Julia Stiles. I wish she does like more work than she used to. But yeah, not to mention, she also has have Lily Reinhart from Riverdale fame. I like Lily Reinhart, so anything she's in, I'll give it a go. I think The Hustlers. I'm a little iffy about the film because the trailer that got released not so long ago, the first ever trailer for this looked horrible. I mean, this movie did not look all that great. But then I saw the Rotten Mailmare, and it's doing pretty well with critics. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it's better than what the trailer may actually be. But yeah, I'm definitely checking out to see Hustlers. It looks pretty interesting, and I give it a shot. I mean, the first trailer didn't look good, but the few TV spots I saw looked a little better than the first trailer. So fingers crossed, it's good. All right, now a film that I'm actually surprised is getting terrible reviews is The Goldfinch, which is based on a book by Donna Tara. Tara, I think that's her name. But it stars Ansel Elgort, who I really like as an actor. I always like Ansel Elgort, whether it's Baby Driver or Fault in Our Stars. That guy's a pretty good actor. Cannot wait for to see him in that West Side Story remake, by the way. But here, Ansel Elgort, plays an adult version of Theodore Theo Decker, who was only 13 years old when his mother was killed in a bombing at the Metropolitan Museum of Arts. And the tragedy changed the course of his life, setting him on a sharing odyssey of grief and guilt, and as well as redemption and love and all. And it pretty much shows him from his childhood life to his adult life. I think this looks really interesting. So I'll probably give this one a go because I like Ansel Elgort. I like the other cast that includes the likes of Nicole Kidman, Sarah Paulson, Jeffrey Wright. So yeah, I give this one a shot. But surprised that it's getting not so great reviews. But who knows? Maybe I'll watch it and I'll also agree with the critics about that. But who knew that a stripper movie like The Hustlers will get better reviews than a Oscar bait film like The Goldfinch? But yeah. All right. Also out this week is the film Super Size Me 2, which is directed by Morgan Spurlock. Which I'm surprised they're actually releasing this because remember, there was lots of stuff in the news about sexual misconduct with Morgan Spurlock. I don't know if that's news really still going on now, but I'm a little surprised they're still going to release his new film, which is Super Size Me 2 Holy Chicken, which the first Super Size Me literally will make you hungry for McDonald's. My fast could eat McDonald's after watching that movie because it's, of course, shows about the food industry and all that. The fast food industry, I should say. And this time around, he explores the reality approach of chicken and what happens to chicken when chicken is made and all. And Super Size Me Holy Chicken, I think looks really interesting. I do love me a good documentary. Morgan Spurlock is a cool documentary filmmaker, so I'll definitely check out because he's involved. So I'll give this one a shot. And I'll probably have Sticky's fingers once I'm done with this. Once I'm done watching this. I mean, if you guys don't know what Sticky's is, it's a really cool chicken joint. Yeah. Sticky's should correspond my YouTube videos, but anyway. Also out this week, there's a film called Freaks, which it's about this young girl named Chloe, played by Lexi Coker, who's locked inside her house by her father, played by Emil Hirsch. And Chloe lives in fear and fascination of the outside world, where abnormals create a constant threat or so she believes. And so like when a mysterious stranger offers her a glimpse of what's really happening on the outside. Um, Actually, Emil Hirsch doesn't play her father. There was Emil Hirsch is in this, but he's playing a different character. He's playing the one who's introducing Chloe to the outside world. And Chloe ends up realizing that soon finds that like while the truth isn't so simple, the danger is like very real and all. The film is directed by these directors named Zach Levitsky and Adam B. Stein, who, by the way, also directed the recent Kim Possible movie on the Disney Channel. So there's that too. I saw the trailer for this. I mean, it looks really cool. I mean, I really quite like Emil Hirsch. I was surprised him should be a really underrated actor. Whether you talk about Alpha Dog, love Girl Next Door, by the way, or he was just seen in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. And speaking of that, Bruce Stern's in this too, so did that also. I think this looks really interesting, and it has a bit of a like a cool sci-fi element, kind of like a Brightburn in a way. It has a bit of a Brightburn feel to it, so I'll probably give Freaks a shot. All right. Also out this week, there's a film called In Prison, which is a thriller, and it's about Dylan Burke, played by Juan Pablo Reba, who attempts to move on from his former life as a criminal with his true love named Maria, played by Joanna Escosta, and he like soon realizes that his past will continue to haunt him when he learns that the new local prison warden named Daniel Calvin, played by Lawrence Fishburne, has not forgiven him for an old crime, and so like Calvin does everything in his power to make sure that Burke pays for his past mistakes, even going as far as to frame him for a murder he did commit. You got other people in this. You got Edward James Olmo, who's of course in Mayan season 2. He's great on that show. Isaiah Morris. I can never really pronounce his name that well, but he was in La Bama. He's gonna be Deathstroke on Titans. Really liked him in the first episode of the recent season 2. And this is also one of John Hurt's final film. Kind of weird I guess this movie got shot a little later because John Hurt passed away in 2017. So, kind of interesting. But anyway, the present looks pretty interesting. I mean, a cool thriller film. A film set in a prison, so sign me up there. I'll probably give this one a shot. Also out this week is a film called Manos, which is directed by Alessandro Landes, and it's his third feature, and it's like a saga that's set in the remote mountain in Latin America. And the film tracks a young group of soldiers and rebels bearing names like Rambo, Smurf, Bigfoot, Wolf, and Boom Boom, who keep watch over American hostage named Doctor, played by Julian Nicholson, I must say. The three commandos perform military training exercises and all that. So, I mean, this kind of looks like Lord of the Flies in a way. No, actually, it kind of reminds me. Remember that South Park episode where everyone in the South Park area wasn't like the adults, got away from went to prison, and it was mainly the South Park kids who was like looking after South Park. It kind of reminds me of that episode, kind of ruled South Park, I should say. Kind of reminds me of that episode in a way. But I like Juliet Nicholson. You got Moses Arias, Rico from Hannah Montana is in this. A few other cast members. This movie looks beautifully shot. It has a bit of apocalypse now vibe from it. So I would definitely give this one a shot. Also out this week, there's a film called Chained for Life, which is about a beautiful actress played by Jess Wexler, who could be seen in theaters now in Chapter 2, who struggles to connect with her disfigured co-star, played by Adam Pearson, on the set of a European author's English language debut. So, yeah, I mean, this kind of reminds me of the movie Mask. Remember the movie with Cher and Eric Stoltz? It kind of reminds me a bit of that, but except the actor that actually has a disfigured face. He, by the way, appeared in that Scarlett Johansson, that recent that Skin movie with Scarlett Johansson in it. I think it's called Under the Skin. It was released by H24. Kind of a weird film, but he was actually one of the solid good parts of that. So I'll probably check this out, maybe on TV or whatever, because this kind of looks pretty interesting. I mean, I like Jess Wexler ever since I saw her in Teeth. Go watch Teeth if you guys haven't seen it. One of the weirdest horror movies you ever want to see. But this actually looks really interesting, and I'll probably give this one shot. Also, there's a film called The Weekend, which is about stand-up comedian named Zadie, played by Shashir Almeida from SNL fame, who is still reeling from her last breakup 3 years ago, but is trying to stay friends with her ex-boyfriend Bradford, played by Tone Bell, and she invites him on a weekend trip to her judgmental mother's, Karen's, played by Kim Whiteley, as well as a country B&B in a country B&B, and he also brings his new girlfriend named Margot, played by Dewan Wise, along with them. And he also, and you know, she also there's also like a love triangle that gets complicated with, by the arrival of a handsome and newly single guy named Guest, played by the dude from Insecure, Alain No. The film is directed by Stella McGay, who also directed that film Everything Everything with Amanda Stenberg, which I quite like. And she also has a new movie. Speaking of Insecure, she has a new movie coming out with Insecure star Aza Ray, which I'm kind of really interested in. So I'll give that one shot. But as to The Weekend, I think this looks pretty interesting. I mean, you got the very funny guy Tone Bell, really funny comic right there. You got Zashir Almeida. I can never really pronounce her name that well, but I quite like her as a comedic actress. I mean, ever checked out her stand-up special? That woman is really funny. So I'll probably give this one, give The Weekend a shot when I get a chance to. Alright. There's also a film called The Brave, which is like the legend of Frankenstein that gets a modern update, which is directed by indie horror master named Larry Fassenden, where this army medic named Henry, played by David Koa, who is suffering from PTSD following his stint as an army medic, now works as a Fairsley in his Brooklyn laboratories to forget the death he witnessed overseas by creating life of the form of a man cobbled together from body parts. And so his creation, of course, it's the Frankenstein story, as we know and love. I mean, The Brave, I saw the trail for this. This looks creepy. I mean, it also has Joshua Leonard, Chloe Levine, Owen Campbell, Addison Timlin's in this. Really good cast here. I mean, this literally, I saw the trail for this. It literally looks like Frankenstein. It has Frankenstein written all over it. So I'm definitely intrigued by this. Speaking of horror, there's another horror film out this week called Hunt, which is directed by Scott Beck and Brian Woods, who also wrote the script for A Quiet Place, so there's that too. And it's about a group of friends who look for like a drill of, pretty much look for the drill of a lifetime when they encounter a haunted house that supposedly brings their deepest, darkest fears to life. And so the haunted house, pretty much it's not what it's not what it appears to be. So yeah, there's some creepy stuff in this haunted house. I believe it's from Blumhouse if I'm not mistaken too. So there's that as well. It stars Katie Stevens, Will Britton, and Lauren Alyssa McLean, who is of course the sister who's the sister of the girl from Black Lightning, China McLean. There's that too. And of course, Katie Stevens is best known for that show, The Bow Tie. This looks really creepy. It looks pretty bloodier than I expected. I mean, when you think of a movie like this, you do not think bloody. But that's really what we got here. I mean, I do love me a good horror film like this, so sign me up. Alright, there's also another horror film out this week called Seeds, which I know nothing about. Some film called The Sound of Silence, which stars Pierce Sarsgaard, Rashida Jones, Tony Rivoli, Bruce Altman. I don't know much about that. There's some film called The Harvesters, which I don't know hardly anything about, but it's from the directorial debut of Atin Kalos. I don't know much about that director. There's a film called 3 Days with Dad, which stars this actor named Larry Clark. Not to be confused with the director of Kids, by the way. But this is like it's actually directed and starring Larry Clark, who pretty much like all he wants to do is go home and deal with his dying dad, played by Brian Dennehy. But like the Catholic guilt gnaws at him, and he like returns home to his crazy family, which is an overbearing stepmother and his bear of a bear other father. And so like once Eddie ends up confronting with the revelation that he himself is a father, which forces him to deal with the past he has always wanted to avoid. The cast of this also includes Mike O'Malley, who you guys might know from Glee fame, John Guerres, who of course played Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite. You got J.K. Simmons, Leslie Ann Warren, Jillian Emery. Some really good cast members on this, so I'll probably give this one a shot. All right. There's also some documentary about Daryl Hammond called Cracked Up, which I love Daryl Hammond on SNL. Like, if you guys ever get a chance, do yourself a favor and like watch his SNL skits as Sean Connery. It is the funniest SNL impersonation you ever want to see. I love seeing him as Sean Connery. Right. There's a film called Chasing Einstein, which is pretty much about like a documentary about Albert Einstein, which I don't know much about. There's some film called D-Day, which stars Chuck Liddell, Martin Cove, who's best known for playing Kreese in Karate Kid. You got Wellston Cage Coppola, who's of course the brother of, who I believe is the brother of Nick Cage, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Cage Coppola. Kind of obvious. There's a film called Can You Keep a Secret, which stars people like Alexandra Dario, who is probably one of my celebrity crushes right there. Tyler Oakland from Supergirl fame. It looks like an interesting romantic comedy, so I'll probably give that one a shot. There's a stand-up comedy film called Liam Gallagher As It Was, which I don't know much about Liam Gallagher, so can't really comment on the stand-up documentary special. There's some film called Out of Liberty, which stars people like Justin Wade, which I don't know much about. There's a film called Scarborough with Jessica Barnett from that Netflix series. It's the end of the world and all. Yeah, it stars her in this, which I don't know much about this film, so I can't really comment much about this. There's some documentary called Tattoo Uprising. There's a film called Riot Girls, which stars people like Madison Eisman from Annabelle Compton, Monroe Chambers from Turbo Kid, and the girl from The Walking Dead, Paloma Kowalski. And this actually sort of reminds me of that recent TV show, The Society, which, I've seen The Society, and it's not really that great of a show in my opinion, but I'll probably check out Riot Girls. It looks really interesting. Alright, and last but not least, on Netflix, there's a film called Tour Girl, which stars this actress named Ava Michelle as this, high school girl who has, like, always been the tallest girl in her school, and she ends up meeting this Swedish foreign exchange student named Stig, played by Luke Eiser, and she ends up falling for him, and he's actually tall as well. And you also got people like Sabrina Carpenter from Girl Meets World fame, American Vandal actor Griffin Glue, the always great Steve Zahn is in this. Some really good cast members, and I saw the trailer for this, and it looks really interesting. I mean, Netflix has been killing it with its coming of age original content. So hopefully Tour Girl could be another good one because it actually looks really interesting. And I don't know much about this Ava Michelle actress, but I'll probably still give this movie a shot. So I mean, it's always cool seeing newer actors making like a film debut and all. But who knows? Maybe Tour Girl will be a good Netflix film, or it could be one of Netflix's dumpster fires because Netflix has some dumpster fires there. But that's pretty much all. Let me leave it to you guys. Which of these films are you interested in watching? Are you interested in Hustlers? Are you interested in The Goldfinch, Tour Girl? Maybe you're interested in D-Day. Who knows? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This series, Team Movies, signing off.